What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with Once Upon a Galaxy, and we've got our first season of Once Upon a Galaxy officially starting. And to kick off this video, I wanted to showcase the game that got me to Legend in the pre-season. Before this first season actually started, there was like a sort of season, and this was a really fun game. As you can see, I was playing Thing in the Ice initially. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this a little bit easier. You can't see any of my treasures that I got this game, and initially I was gonna go through and do like a VOD rewatch of it, but I've got some other content planned for this video. And I was Thing in the Ice, got Jason of the Argonauts, and then was able to get 6 more captains for the most captains that I've ever had in a game. I thought that was really cool, and I was just gonna go over that VOD while I talked about the new season. But I figured the best way to see the changes for the newest season of Once Upon a Galaxy is just to hop in a game. My rank has been reset down to Diamond, so we are going to start our climb, and I believe if I pull up the patch notes here, I can just click on Indiana clones. Your first shop of the game is 3 treasures, and on turn 10, clone your 3 highest level treasures. He used to clone your 3 highest level treasures as soon as you hit legendary, and that was a little bit too quick. It was cool to get the reward from Indiana clone sooner, but oftentimes it felt like a race to actually be able to have his captain ability do anything. So I think that this is a cool change. I imagine no changes to Athena and Jason here. So let's go for Indiana clones and see if we can't make it work. I don't think we need to mess around with the deck list here. Breadcrumbs is pretty good just for some initial power and potentially helping us find more treasures. So I could see going with Breadcrumbs, but Relic is both more tempo in the early game and much better when we double it because we're Indiana. Villains in the shop getting +2/+2 would probably be the most tempo oriented, though Relic is honestly really close. Let's just go for Relic. I think that that's going to be better for us. And then we do have some villains here. Jealous Stepsisters would have been really good with the +2/+2, but I'm happy enough to pick up an Evil Stepmother. We'll take a little bit of damage, of course, and then we'll be able to give Evil Stepmother +2/+2, or we could just give Puss in Boots +2/+2. Or maybe this is even enough tempo that we could go for Rose. I don't love picking up Rose considering we've already taken damage, and if you can win your second fight as Indiana clones or your first fight and get back that half heart and heal that up, I think that's pretty good. But it's not like Puss in Boots. Like, none of these cards have any health, so none of them are going to be particularly great in this slot. I think I will try to heal back my heart, though. So let's start with Puss in Boots, and then Laser Shark in this +2/+2 is probably what we need to get over the hump. We could also put +3 health on both of those. This would also be, and then just put Pix right here. I think that would also be a pretty strong play, but this picks up a villain. Oh, I just realized my camera froze. I have not used my camera in any videos for like 2 or 3 weeks at this point because, yeah, it just keeps on freezing. I wanted to show off my mustache, but I thought I was looking kind of silly, but we will just power through the rest of this one without the camera. Unfortunately, we are going to lose that half heart. Kind of a bummer there, but nothing we can do but move on to turn 3. Shanty is not terrible when we already have a slot with +3/+2 on it. That is pretty cool. I think I'm going to have to go for a Shanty. It might be a little bit risky, but I think that that could be fun. Katamari could be good as well just because it's a villain and it works to complete the Evil Stepmother. I think that's good enough. I'm going to take that. and see if we can't take this into a win. Yeah, Shanty gets attacked, but Katamari gets the attack, and then Puss in Boots also gets the slay. So we are very close to having all of our slots buffed up. It's just going to happen naturally with the relic, I'm sure. I guess we take the Laser Shark here to complete the Stepmother, though we could take Jill. She's good as well. Pretty good tempo. We'd cut the Puss for a Jill. Actually, we'd put Jill in this Puss slot most likely. That is significantly more power on the board. That's tricky. How much do we need to just play for tempo here? +5 attack on the Laser Shark, and then +5 attack on the Shanty could allow that to slay. I think I want to complete this quest first. We still have one more shop on this turn, and I'll probably want to replace the Evil Stepmother with that shop. So if I take the Jill, then I won't be able to replace the Evil Stepmother unless I get a villain, and this just takes care of all of that villainry and makes this really easy. Star Shield, not great for Laser Shark. Might want to move Laser Shark to the back, do something like this. Star Shield on Shanty. We could go Bounty Contract, almost called it Bonus Contract. I don't really like Elven Tools really ever. They might wait a little bit longer to... They added some more artwork in with this patch. They might wait a little bit longer with Elven Tools, considering I'm not sure how many people really take this card super highly. But Star Shield, I mean, it's just the most stats, it's the most tempo. We've already lost a heart. It's not super synergistic. It means we've got to backline this Laser Shark, but I think that it is still a good card here regardless. And now I could put in Tink. I think I will just refresh this one by picking up the Puss. And then we could actually put Cowardly Lion into the Star Shield slot. Okay, I like that. I mean, I also like Pan's Shadow while I'm shantying. We already passed by a Peter Pan, but let's try to make another treasure. We gotta complete treasures to make Indiana Clones work. This is a new card here. Oh, I think both of these have new artwork. Despicable Smee now has artwork and a new name. I wonder if they renamed it because they got it back and it looked yellow. But I mean, it's a cute little hodgepodge of two different properties there. And Itsy Bitsy Spider also got some art with a cute little water droplet guy. I like that. Do I go for Presence of Gaia? I don't think I need to use it on this slot here. Oh, I probably just take the Pan Shadow now, huh? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Is this a pirate, Faye? It is indeed. Mostly everything that hunts is a pirate, I think, but nice little refresher there. Shanty, unable to slay. Cowardly Lion will probably complete its quest in a turn, though, so yeah, don't hate that for me. Let's see what uncommon treasure we have. We could heal our heart, we could get the first attack, or we could give villains +5 attack on every attack. That is really cool. I'm not sure if that means we just throw Laser Shark in the top slot, but Laser Shark with Wicked Sword seems pretty good. I think that Warp Drive Engine typically is like a little bit more fun. Oh, this, I'm getting distracted here. Warp Drive Engine typically allows for a little bit more fun things, like it could allow Shanty to get some slays in. That seems kind of cool. But I think the decision maker in this will be Warp Drive Engine doesn't really work with Indiana Clones. I mean, it kind of does. If your opponent also has Warp Drive Engines, then whoever has more gets to go first. But I think we just take Wicked Sword here because that seems like wicked fun with the Laser Shark. So let's go for that. Possibly just picking up Dreamer here, mostly in case I find a True Love's Kiss, but I'll pick up a Dreamer nonetheless. And then we have Combustible Dragon, which is a villain, so I don't hate it for that purpose. Okay, my camera just fully died. And it's also like reasonable to go into dragon somewhat in case we find or just for when we triple 3 of our treasures, then the dragons get a little bit of a bonus. Puss is still a 4-2, Shanty's a 3-2. I think that still means we can keep Shanty in here. But let's throw Combustible Dragon right there. Honestly, I probably have to put the Dreamer right here. Maybe Katamari is next in line to get cut, but yeah, Laser Shark is looking really sweet. Shanty gets the Slay. That's sweet. Laser Shark gets to trade with 2 things, and then the Farewell of the Dragon takes out my opponent's last card, and we are looking pretty good. Boon Willow is actually reasonable with the Relic, though our backline slots are kind of hurting still. Most of our slots have gone up front, which is fine. I'm fine with that. So let's not take Boon Willow. Let's just take a random... Let's just take a Boon Willow. All right. I'll replace Katamari 5-9 compared to... but if Katamari attacks, it gets this. I guess I'll just toss the Boon Willow. It's really not great for us right now. So let's toss it. And then we've got Slash, which just recently got a buff as well. I don't hate Fire Breathing Dragon as an additional ranged card, but I don't know. Range doesn't really do that much for me because it's not a villain. Now that Laser Shark has 7 attack on it, I could see moving this to the back eventually. But I think for this fight, I'm going to do this. I'm going to field a Slash and a Shanty. We're going to start growing our board a little bit. Laser Shark survives thanks to the Star Shield. That's really good for me. Puxatawny goes down, and we get a nice little combat win with Combustible Dragon even getting the bonus attack. So looking good. 3 more turns. We are going to double our treasures, which right now is fine. It's nothing crazy, but it's fine. Could probably move Laser Shark back here, do something like this potentially, and look to cut the Dreamer, and probably just pick up Robin Hood. Again, I like to pick up something that is on level in case we find a True Love's Kiss, and we could very well find a True Love's Kiss here with this Abracadabra and get rid of this Robin Hood for something really sweet. Could just be another Abracadabra before we do that, but that seems better than the Midas Touch. And then we do find a True Love's Kiss. We also find another Abracadabra, but I think I'm just going to True Love's Kiss and see if we find any fun build-around stuff here. Scaleatar. The first time you find a treasure each turn, give your dragons Treasure Hoard 1. So we are definitely going to be looking to pick up some dragons. This opponent is absolutely massive. That's spooky. We are going to just barely lose with my opponent keeping an evil stepmother around. But here's what's cool. So I guess I'll just take Silvery Moon here. Oh, this is a brand new card. Summon a Mama Doll that has Farewell, summon a Baby Doll. We do have some slot buffs that we could make use of those with, potentially putting that even in this first slot. Shanty is pretty weak. Maybe I do take Nesting Dolls and throw it in slot 1 here. Okay, I like that. And then Combustible Dragon should go first because it is a villain, and that way I can get the villain bonus. All right, I like this. Daisy Jones could trigger on Slash, but I think that is just too awkward. Oh, could trigger on the Combustible Dragon, though. Huh. Oh, okay, so we have 2 real cards here, for sure. I don't think Sparkles is terrible either. All of these cards look good because we've given our shop a nice amount of bonuses. I imagine Nesting Doll is typically like 8. I think this is a 7/7, so I think that we've pumped up health 4 times. And what do we think is going to be the most powerful thing? Daisy Jones is always fun. Is it too cute, though? That's my only question, and it might be. But let's take it. And then another True Love's Kiss. We could abandon the Scaleatar. Scaleatar seems so good. but it's only the first time you find a treasure each turn. But I'm thinking on turn 10, we are going to find a treasure. But I can't pass up the opportunity to find a secret rare character. That could be something even better. And we find Storm Nebula. Double the first spell you cast each turn, +5 attack for each spell you've cast this game. Let's order the board like this, and I think Storm Nebula could just carry us against several opponents here. My opponent also with the Daisy Jones, also looking pretty big, but Storm Nebula is looking just that much bigger. New art on the parrot. We heal a heart finally as well, so that feels pretty good. I'm probably going to get lost in the woods here. It's turn 9. So now this is slightly better than using Lost in the Woods. The reason that you would cast Lost in the Woods here is to keep Pan Shadow as a silver in your pool, so that way you have more rerolls in future turns where you don't have Lost in the Woods. I can't imagine we're going to make... That is true. If I pick up the Pan Shadow, there's a chance that I'm able to make an uncommon treasure this turn, and then I'm tripling that, but I don't hate my current treasures. Oh wait, we double the first spell we cast. This is too good. Yeah, 2 bonus shops here. Let's get lost in the woods. Kraken is probably great. It's a villain, so let's get Kraken. Frankenstein's doctor is okay with Daisy Jones, right? It's also a villain. Basically just mean we'd get to trigger on both of these. And then we'd probably just make a back line that is fully, we do this, and then we put Frankenstein's doctor right here. The combustible dragon, it's not hitting for that much currently. It's about to get +6/+6 next turn though, and start hitting for 6, which obviously those things are better. I don't know. It's about managing, like, I guess, is Daisy Jones actually just my worst card? Maybe Daisy Jones is what needs to get cut, and I just play the Frankenstein's doctor for the stats right now. Nesting Doll plus Frankenstein's doctor, a bit of a combo. But I want to get this Kraken attacking. I feel like this Kraken can be slaying right now. And Frankenstein's doctor, also a lot of stats. I will probably just give the Kraken +4 to see if it can slay. Or hunt, rather. I don't think I'm looking to use Scar. So let's go for Happily Ever After. Pump up the Kraken just a little bit more. Currently in the top 4. See if we can bring it home in the home stretch. The Bahamut is quite large, but Star Nebula, yeah, I think we got a little bit unlucky on some of those attacks. We lose a half a heart. Not the worst thing. We get some more treasures here. We do actually have Frankenstein's doctor for Boon Willow, but I think that that's just a little bit too tricky to make work. I'm going to go for... let's cycle through this. I think that's... No, I'll do the Bronze Goose. No, I'll change my mind again. I think that I'm just a little bit scared. So I'm going to do Boon Willow. I want to make sure that I'm using Storm Nebula every single turn, and now I can use it on a Lightning Bolt. So I think that that's good. Arc Dragon could potentially help me find Skeletor again and get back into that. So I don't hate that either, because maybe the Kraken is just too small and we need some dragons to really get back into things here. I don't want to cast the Lightning Bolt if it means that, like, I'm just winning this next fight but then not winning the fight after that. And Arc Dragon, I don't even have to play the Arc Dragon. I just cycle through it and potentially pick up a Skeletor. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, no Skeletor, but I've got Wishing Dragon, which I could potentially use to pump up the Kraken as well as everything else. There's also Bahamut, and Over the Rainbow is pretty tempting too, because I would double cast it. Oh wait, maybe that's gotta be it. Double cast over the rainbow because I want to make use of my Storm Nebula for the turn, and that would give me double stat. I think it gives me triple stats on something, but even still, that seems really sweet. So let's go over the rainbow here. We will bank that into next turn and hopefully have the stats to take out this turn. We attack into a Puxatawny. They've got a Wicked Witch. Things aren't looking great for me here. Double attacks into Puxatawny, but think we're going to be good for the rest of this to manage a tie. Good enough. And now double. How are things looking? Goodie Bag summons something with my stats. I think that that's going to be good enough, and we throw it in one of these slots that we've been pumping up with the Doctor here. I think that's probably better than Ninja in Training, but just by a little bit. I think we cut the Combustible Dragon at this point as our weakest card. Double Stroke seems pretty good to double stroke. It also seems pretty good to go Long Johns on more or less a full shop here. We still have a heart to spare. Let's Long Johns because that'll set me up for a legendary treasure that could maybe help me win this game rather than just trying to get by. Flying Monkey kills the Storm Nebula, which is annoying, but this bag of goodies is getting it done, and we heal up the heart going into turn 12. Nice. Okay, True Love's Kiss. Is this on the Kraken? Or is this on the Doctor? I think we've been cracking along here long enough. Let's kiss. Oh, that's going to be a double kiss, so I could have used it. No, it just means that that's gone, and now we have Shadow. Summon your last character that was KO'd this fight, and give it +10/+10. Boon Willow for a treasure. Lightning Bolt. It's going to be Boon Willow for the treasure. How are we looking here? +18/+18. Nah, not when I've got three things that already want to go backline. Like, Shadow kind of doesn't want to be my first attacking card. You know what I mean? I might need to backline the Shadow, which means Doctor is on the chopping block because I think I need Nebula in the backline just for some security, though one of our opponents still playing a monkey. Let's take the Boon Willow, cycle through this for a rare treasure. Silver characters in your shop turn golden. Interesting. Your first shop always has a legendary spell. That's pretty good with Storm Nebula. I think that's gotta be the pickup here, because that can be the, oh, I forget the name of it, the thing that transforms people, and that would be really solid. Frankenstein's Doctor goes down, so I'm glad I backlined the Shadow. My opponent also has a Shadow, but I'm the one still seeing my Shadow here as we move on to turn 13. Feeling good. Mix and Match is a legendary spell, apparently. All right, I'm going to pass on Mix and Match. Let's just cycle through the Bronze Goose. Let's cycle through Long Johns as well. And Sorcerer's Map. When you summon a character, double its attack and health. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a brand new card. Yeah, they added 2 new legendaries to the game, and Sorcerer's Map is one of them. So I have to frontline the Storm Nebula because this is too cool. Yeah, Sorcerer's Map with Shadow plus Goodie Bag seems pretty fantastic. No monkey to be had here. They're going to trade with Bahamut, and then they attack with Stinky. Yeah, Sorcerer's Map made something that it made a what's that called? That could trade with a Kraken. That was insane. I wasn't expecting all that. Captain Hook, this feels a little bit late for Captain Hook. I think I'll just go for Eureka on Storm Nebula for now. That's pretty gravy. Oh, I could put it on the Sorcerer's Map too. What's better? A little bit more stats on the map, or I think we just put more stats on the Storm Nebula. No, you know what? Storm Nebula has enough stats. It's going to get +10 attack from this double Eureka cast. So let's throw that there, and then Through the Looking Glass is kind of interesting. We could toss the Laser Shark at this point, but I kind of like keeping the Laser Shark. It's pretty solid. It's going to get another like plus 20 here and go up to like 110 or something. Yeah. So I'll take that. Plus probably taking a Twin Shot because I do have a few legendary cards. Maybe I do just take the Lucky Chest. I don't think Twin Shot is super relevant at this point. Wand of Anger probably more relevant, but let's just take Lucky Chest because I do have a few legendary golden cards in the shop. All right, let's take a Secret Rare Treasure. This is a fantastic first game of the season. Wow. Do I go for Bottled Starlight? Do I make all of my cards villains? I mean, I have trouble turning down Bottled Starlight in general, and giving all my slots plus 30 is good with these summons too. All right, sure, let's get a bonus reward first game of the season. I'll take it. And we still got some more shops here because of this double Eureka. This was just a name change for G-Man, was previously like Hero of the something. Give a character +4/+4. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. Oh, stats should go on Goodie Bag when there's a tie or when given the opportunity. I had to cast Eureka on a mage, so that was only Sorcerer's Map and Nebula because this was not yet a mage. We take out the Shadow. That's a golden Shadow. That's a little bit spooky. We get back that though and put a damage on the pig. We're going to need to do that once or twice more, but still. Shipshape Inspector we could take, but I believe, so if I consult the patch notes here, it says specifically that I believe you can't just cycle through Shipshape Inspector, which I don't like that. I think that you should be able to cycle through, but I'm just checking to make sure I'm not backwards on that. Let's see. I don't see it. I'm scrolling through the Discord here, but I don't see... Oh, okay. So it says Shipshape Inspector will no longer complete quest when banked. This was a bug that has now been fixed. It feels like it should work though, but I'm going to take their word for it. And let's just Eureka. That is probably the best spell we can cast in most of these instances anyways. The Bronze Goose is paid out. Let's pick up an Epic Treasure. Your Farewell abilities are also Hunt abilities. That's pretty neat. Or Pandora's Box, but honestly, I think it's Daisy Jones's Locket. Let's do that, and then pick a pack of peppers. Probably this could get me a legendary treasure. Yeah, let's do this. Combustible Dragon, Maverick. Yeah, I'll just cycle through this. Wizard of Oz, how many spells have I cast? Actually, not that many. Rudolph was changed as well. We're gonna huff and puff though. But Rudolph was changed to have a little bit more ease for completing that quest. Could do Arc Dragon. I believe that there might be a change to this as well. That, yeah, Arc Dragon and all other archetype recruiting friends now give a bonus shop. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is a bonus shop instead of just giving a shop. This has been a crazy game, and we've been able to explore almost everything on the new patch. I mean, how do you not take an Epic Treasure plus a bonus shop? Gloves of Thieving. Ooh, that could be big. Or Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box could be anything. Gloves of Thieving, I feel like, is a little bit better. There's not that many turns left in the game, so that's possibly the reason to just go for the Pandora's Box, but the Pandora's Box has some misses. I wasn't paying enough attention to my opponent's treasures. This is where a tracker or some more in-game tooltips would definitely come in handy, but I'm just going to go for the box because there's not that many turns left in this game. This has been one heck of a turn. Let's get a rare treasure as well. Hunter's Horn, double your hunt abilities. And you have to remember that my farewell abilities are now also hunt abilities. Sure, the Dragon's Dice would have been good before I just got all those dragons, but let's take the Hunter's Horn. Yeah, there's only 2 more turns, which means the gloves would have only stolen 1 thing from the pig, maybe 2 if we lose a fight and win a fight, but the Pandora's Box will be active next turn regardless. We'll huff and we'll puff, and we'll take this opponent down. Not going to get that hunt, but could get a hunt on Gingerbread House here. We will, to give Laser Shark a little bit more stats, and then Shadow also gets to hunt and get back both of these. Absolutely incredible. It seems really tough for my opponent to take us down. We get some big brass cannonballs here, and I get to double one of these slots. I mean, I think I just do it on the slot that Goodie Bag is in regardless. And this does blow through my spell, but that's fine. I think that this is still a pretty strong end to the game. Goodie Bag up to almost 500. Conan could activate super easily, but that would be the end of it. So no sense in that. Let's just give a nice little +3/+3 to Goodie Bag as we go into what is likely the final fight of my first game of the new season. Pretty good one, all things considered here. We really put together some nice stuff. Goodie Bag going to be able to get that hunt, and it gives me a 1000 power wind-up toy, which is just new artwork. Mysterious Egg, I think, got colored in. That's the new, some of those new changes that we are seeing with this new season as well. But for today, that's going to be it for me. We'll take a look at our goodies that we unlocked from this first place finish. Get a random booster from top 3 and from the Bottled Starlight. And for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.